At the laptop? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not this skinny. I can take this mask off, correct?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear us?
Yep. Yes.
This is Stephen Gorchov, Associate Director of Athletics for Communications here at Hofstra, and I'm now joined by Hofstra Acting Head Coach Mike Fairleigh following Hofstra's victory over Fairleigh Dickinson this evening. If you have questions for Coach, please raise your hand. Use the raise your hand feature in Zoom, and we will call on you as the time comes. Let's first open it up with a statement from Coach. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Second half performance, the way we need to play. Just didn't come out with a purpose in the first half. We were out there playing. We were scoring some points early, but weren't bearing down on defense, weren't getting possessions. We knew Jenkins was going to try to go. We knew with the kid Williams out for FDU that their guards were really going to look to be aggressive, taking more shots. Threes, deeper threes than normal. The way Rush has been scoring the ball, Baker can really shoot. We knew those guys were going to be really aggressive. We didn't match their intensity. We were getting beat off the bounce a lot early on. Just not what we need to do on the defensive side of the floor. Disappointing, especially coming off of how we defended yesterday. I guess they got the message at halftime. Second half, FDU shoots 6 for 24, and we had that energy. So that's what we need to do. Good learning experience for us, good example to use. You take every opponent seriously, whether you're playing a top 25 Rutgers team at the rack or you're playing FDU at home. You have to approach every game the same way. I don't know if we did that in the first half, but the second half we played the way that we're supposed to, and we're able to come out on the right end.
Thank you, Mike. So again, raise your hand feature if you have a question for Mike. When you are asking your question, please announce yourself and your outlet. Our first question tonight will be from Kevin Marr from News 12.
Hey, Coach, just first of all, congratulations on the win. It's tough playing back-to-back games, I'm sure, to start the season, but is there any benefit to it now that you have 2 game tapes to watch and can really take a deep dive into those?
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. Rutgers, we learned a lot, but it's hard to make too many adjustments when you have to go right into FDU scout preparation. So a lot to learn now from yesterday and today. A lot of learning points in the first half from things that we did. But yes, a lot of tape to break down and watch and digest before getting ready for our next game on Saturday.
Our next question is from David from the Hofstra Chronicle. David, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, David Lazar from the Hofstra Chronicle. Thank you so much for this today, and congratulations on your first win. My question is, up 17 with 1 minute left, your team turned the ball over, and as the Knights went the other way, you yelled, "Sprint, Omar," and then called a timeout. How does this show how much you care about defense and giving an intensity 100% throughout the night?
Certainly, and I know one of the things that I yelled late, Kayvon Kramer didn't sprint back on defense. We had just made a shot. Kayvon didn't sprint back, and I just yelled out habits. That's when you build habits. They come over 40 minutes. Doesn't matter if you're up 20, down 20, whatever. You got to build those habits. You got to play the right way. You have to respect the game at all times. We have to be better defensively, and we certainly were in the second half. That's been a major focus for us early in this year. We've made a lot of improvements. I think we're doing some good things on that end of the floor, but you got to play that way all the time. And I'm going to get on these guys. If Kayvon's not running back after I made 3, if Omar's not picking the ball up and a guy makes a 3 on him, because playing the right way now might help us win a game, in the future. So, you got to play the right way for 40 minutes.
Our next question is from Jerry Beach. Jerry, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hey, Mike. Congratulations. This is 2 games in a row. Obviously, we had a really extended cold spell in the first half. I know it's just after this game, but do you see any sort of common link in those 2 games as to why you had those cold stretches that you did?
Jerry, that's a great question. And say hello to Molly. I
told her to be quiet.
I thought we got a lot of good looks. We turned some down too. Jalen had a couple of shots that I thought he should have taken in the first half. Tariq passed up a couple of shots. Omar passed up one and then took a 1-drill pull-up away from their bench. And I was like, guys, take shots. We're really good shooters. Why did we shoot 6 for 27? Is it nerves? Are the legs not underneath us? Especially now on the back-to-back days. I thought we even got better looks today than we did yesterday. We weren't necessarily aggressive when Rutgers went zone for a couple of possessions, but I thought we were getting some good looks today. We just turned them down to try to drive the ball and maybe ended up taking tougher shots. So I wish I had an answer, Jerry, as to why we didn't make shots or why we started off cold. I'm going to try to explore that a little bit more, but I thought we were getting good shots and the high quality looks that we want with the right guys. You know, Tariq, Jalen, and Omar are all high level shooters. I don't know what they ended up from three, but it certainly wasn't great. And those guys will make shots. You know, they're all 40+% shooters, and we're confident that they will make those shots.
Our next question will be from Jermaine. Jermaine, please unmute yourself.
Hello, Coach. How you doing? Congrats on your first career win. Big ups to you for that. I'm Jermaine Howerton from WRHU. I just want to talk about the energy that changed. In my opinion, in the first half of the first portion of the first half, you guys came out running, had a sense of urgency, but then it started to get lackadaisical towards the end of that second half. What did you tell your guys in the locker room coming out into the second half? Because it looked like a completely different team from an aspect of intensity on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I probably should have told them at halftime. I probably should have told them that before the game. Maybe we would have played all 40 minutes that way. No, you know what, Jermaine, that's a great point because I think we scored pretty easily early. And I think that's one of the things, especially in recent years, when we score so easily, we can be a little bit lax on the defensive end because, okay, we're just scoring. We made another shot. Isaac scored inside. And we're not defending and clamping down the way that we need to on a possession-by-possession basis. And then you go cold, right? You have that run. But at halftime, it was how are we approaching this game? It's not X's and O's. It's not what they're running. It's not that we're running the wrong stuff. It's are you playing with a purpose? What's our approach? You know, we wrote that on the board. It was the same opportunity today. You know, we're lucky to be here playing games with everything else that's going on in the world. Are we taking advantage? Are we savoring these opportunities? Are we playing with the right approach and with the right energy? We didn't do that in the first half, but we did thankfully in the second half.
Our next question will be from Jonathan. Jonathan, please unmute yourself and announce your name and outlet, please.
John Wagner, New York Sports Day. Coach, once again, just echo others' thoughts. Congratulations on your first career win. This schedule obviously is a little different this year with the Saturday, Sunday games going to be in the CAA. How does this experience playing yesterday and coming right back again today help you for that, particularly with the defense today propelling you to the win today that, if you have a tough schedule like that, like you're going to have Saturday, Sunday during the CAA play, that you can rely on your defense on that second day especially?
Absolutely, John. It's a great point. And the reason that this scheduling opportunity was so attractive was because it was going to put us in a position that we could play on back-to-back days to get us ready for what it's going to be like in conference play. So that's when we got approached with this opportunity, I guess less than 2 weeks ago. I said, yeah, you know what? It's something we should do. Obviously, it's a little bit harder when you got to get ready for a different team on day two, but still just getting your bodies right, having a walkthrough, being ready to play within basically about 24 hours. So it's going to be key with how most mid-major conferences are playing that. How do you play in back-to-back days? How do you respond on back-to-back days? So it's a really good learning experience and good practical experience to get us ready for all that. And I just want to say, I thank very much for, a couple people on my first win, but I'm certainly be remiss if I didn't mention, Coach, and I wouldn't be here without him. He always says, people don't understand how hard it is to win one game, just to win one. He was texting me all night last night and tonight and helped me get ready for it. I owe him everything, this opportunity. So this is for him.
Our last question will be from David from the Hofstra Chronicle. David, go ahead.
It was certainly an interesting game today with the basketball returning to Hempstead for the first time since February. What were your thoughts on the atmosphere and how your team really rallied each other up from the bench?
David, one major point that we've had is it's going to be a lot about our energy. The group of 20 of us, people are calling it tier one individuals with the coaches, the players, grad assistants, our one manager, Max. Everybody's got to have great energy, and there's going to be runs in the game, right? And when you have those bad runs, can the team rally you? When you have good runs, you think you're on top of the world, or is it about that next possession and locking down on that? So you just have to respond as a unit a whole lot better. You don't have that crowd energy to rely on. So I think that's a major, major factor and something we're going to have to get better at and certainly get used to, because whether you're home or on the road, it's about the energy that you're going to create and have as a constant over the course of that 40 minutes.
Thank you, Coach Fairleigh, and congratulations on your first career coaching victory. We'll be joined momentarily by Tariq Coburn.
Thank you.
Yeah, take it off. We are now joined by Hofstra senior Tariq Coburn following his 21-point effort tonight against Fairleigh Dickinson. Again, raise your hand if you have a question for Tariq. We will call on you in the order they come in. First, Tariq, your overall thoughts on tonight's game and your production.
Well, the first half, we started off pretty slow. We was upset about it at first. I guess it's still a new team. So there's new roles, new positions. We all gotta find the groove. That's pretty much what it is. The second half, as a leader, as a team captain, you gotta get your team going. Once I started being more aggressive, offensively, defensively, it led to other players picking me up, and we started going as a team collectively.
Thank you, Tariq. Our first question will be from Jordan from Newsday. Jordan, unmute yourself and ask Tariq your question.
Hey, Tariq, Jordan, Ladderback Newsday. How strained was it your first game in this kind of new era that we live in? No fans at the MAC, just, cardboard cutouts. How strained was that, and how did you kind of deal with it as a team?
Well, first coming out, there's no fans at all. So from the jump, it's us together. We have to piggyback on each other, communicate a lot. The bench plays a huge role for us. There's no fans. If you're down a couple points, there's no fans to keep you going. No defensive chance, nothing. So just us. At the end of the day, it's all us.
Our next question will be from John Wagner. John, please unmute yourself.
Hey, congratulations on the win, Tariq. You got going in the second half really by attacking the basket. Obviously, your strength is your outside shooting, but you have the ability to attack as well. We saw it last year as well. Do you feel like that's something that you need to do maybe a little bit more, because it'll open up that shot for you even more from the perimeter, make you even, like a dual threat?
Our next question will be from John Wagner. John, please unmute yourself.
Sometimes
Hey, congratulations on the win, Tariq.
coach loves when I shoot the open shots.
Really by attacking the basket. Obviously, your strength is your outside shooting.
And that's what got me going inside, and it led to the outside too.
Our next question is from Kevin Marr from News 12. Kevin?
Hey, Tariq, I just want to look ahead to the next game. We play Iona, and it's Rick Pitino is the head coach. I know you're more worried about the players on the floor, but what's it going to be like to look over there? And this is a Hall of Fame basketball coach that's going to be trying to stop you guys.
Just gotta go out there, man. Show them what type of player I am, what type of players we have at Hofstra University, and it's gonna be a good one. Just can't wait to play them.
Our next question is from David from the Hofstra Chronicle. David, go ahead.
Hi, David Lazar, Hofstra Chronicle. The last time that you guys were victorious, you won the CAA championship in March. What are some of the thoughts that are going through your mind today in possible reference to that last victory that you had in March?
It was sad, like how we didn't get to the March Madness. We worked all year for one moment, and it was we came up a little short with this COVID going on. It's all right though. We still got to finish the CAA championship, and all we could do now is just turn the page. I still got another year, so I got another crack at it, March Madness again. But we just got to turn the page, go day by day.
Our next question is from Jerry Beach. Go ahead, Jerry.
Hey, Tariq. I asked Coach Fairleigh, you guys had two rough first halves in a row shooting-wise. He said he couldn't really put a finger on it. He had some good looks. Can you put a finger on why you had such extended droughts in the first half of both games, and then why you had a pretty good second half in both games as a team?
Not really too sure. Maybe the jitters. Our first game in a couple of months. First time being back, coming out of quarantine for the COVID. We got to keep shooting. If they're good looking shots, that's what we got to take. But if not, we still went to the basket. I think we got 40 points in the paint this game. So we still found a way to get some points.
Our last question be from Jermaine from WRHU. Go ahead, Jermaine. Or it's Andrew, actually.
We're both using Jermaine's computer, but Tariq, you being one of the leaders on this team, you've seen a couple of young guys get out there and get a lot of action. What can you say about the play of the young guys like David Green and Kayvon Kramer?
Oh man, great players, energy guys. I love playing with them, and they're gonna surprise a lot of people in the CAA, especially Omar's area too.
Thank you all for joining us tonight, and thank you, Tariq. Congratulations on the great game, and we'll talk to you again soon.